Coming to you live from the rinks in Oppog, you're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League on LI Sports Network. Ryan Brannigan joined alongside my cameraman Wally Mitchell. Taking you through 3 tonight on this Saturday night at the rinks. This is the second of 3 freshman matchup between Sachem and Connetquot Sayville. Two teams who desperately need a win tonight in action against one another. Sachem trying to buck a 2-game losing streak. Lost 8-5 to Longwood last night. That score deceiving. It was a 6-5 game, though Longwood led all the way through, an empty netter. And a goal following that to ice the game for Longwood. 8-5 was the final. And an 8-7 loss to Southampton. So Sachem coming close, but not quite closing out the games. They are in the final playoff spot if the playoffs were to start today, with a record of 4-4 with 2 overtime losses, good enough for 10 points. Connetquot Sayville, they've only played 9 games, are 3-6, but getting 2 points tonight will put them just 2 back of Sachem and Southampton for that final spot, as well as Middle Country in 6th place, all of 10 points. Sachem playing the extra game, so that is why they are in the 8th spot as opposed to the 6th. West Islip and KPC also close behind with 8 and 7 points in the standings respectively through 9 games played. It is a very crowded, clustered, tightly compacted freshman standings here at the start, or really not the start anymore, the midpoint of the freshman season in Suffolk County High School Hockey League. Connetquot Sayville, in terms of their recent play, they're trying to end a 3-game losing streak. 6-3 to Middle Country, 6-2, or 6-3 to ESM. It's all mixed up here. 6-2 to ESM, 4-3 to Southampton, and a 6-3 loss to Middle Country. Connetquot Sayville taking on Sachem again tonight. Led, at least tied for scoring, Jack Mooney, number 18. I believe I saw number 18 skating around out there. Tyler Jones, 23, present. Second on the team in points with 10. And Jake Dagenfelder, as well as his goaltending mate Daniel Friars, both have put together some real good numbers this season, keeping the T-Birds in some of these games maybe they otherwise wouldn't normally be in. As Sachem look like they have a full-fledged roster tonight. Jackson Volpe, another player to watch for Connetquot Sayville, 5 goals, 3 assists, 8 points in 8 games played for Volpe. Sachem trying to go back over Hockey 500. Sachem will break from their huddle. terms of scoring, they're led by Chase Gandolfo, 16 points in 10 games played for Gandolfo. Nick Pettisano with 14 points in 8 games played. And Justin Bovich, 6 points on the season. Looked like he was hurt in that last game out. Left the ice, came back, scored an important goal that nearly saw Sachem come back in, defeat Longwood. They did, in fact, take the loss. Here is O'Connor. I'm going to get things started early. But a good defensive play made by Mooney, and here, by Jones, and here is Mooney. Sachem take it back, Tulliver in behind. Puck splits the D, and so Carly skates in after it. Carly and Donahue, the opening pairing out for the silver and gold as they redirect to center. And let's get that scoreboard. There we go. Tulliver, as Sachem making a quick change. Here's Volpe to Jones. Tyler Jones near circle, wrist shot. And a save made by Smith. Smith also had an injury scare in that last game out. Sean Smith, that is. Appears to be okay. He did finish the game as Dagenfelder guides the puck into the far corner. Connetquot Sayville trying to break out. Pass misconnects. And will go all the way down for an icing. Minute and 15 seconds into the game. Pettisano will take the draw, flanked by Bovich and Mast. Bovich trying to force it onto the front. Instead, it's carried out by Chase McManus. McManus with Tanzi and Ferrante. McManus tries to spin out of that one. Taken back the other way by Sachem and Bovich. Bovich with the Pettisano going wide. Bovich unable to get a pass through to him. Carries around the net. And I believe the net has come off its mooring. That or we have a penalty. Frankly, I'm not sure what we have as the faceoff comes out of the zone. Prin against Ferrante, won by Ferrante. But Prin ends up trying to get a Mazzal taken away by Ferrante. Ferrante toward the front of the net. Puck popped up into the air and picked up by Rosado. Rosado had a big game in that Longwood game just a night ago. Drops it to nobody at 3 points in the contest. Held in at the near point by Mangini. And now the puck comes out of the zone. It got by Mayer, as here is Chase McManus. Try to send one middle for Jones. And Sachem take away and clear it down ice. Stopped in behind by Dagenfelder. Here is Jack Mooney. Mooney, couple of nice moves through center. 3-on-2, another nice move for Mooney. Yeah, gets it across to Volpe, the high flipping backhand over the net. What a setup though from Jack Mooney as McIntyre tries to send the puck out of the zone. Stopped by Volpe. On goal save made Smith as Donahue banks around for Carly. Carly to McIntyre out of the zone. Chipped by Mooney onto the stick of Minikazi. And just ever so slightly offside on the play was Sachem's number 0, Lucas Martinez. .11:40 left here in period number 1. It's O'Connor to Capozzoli, tapped into the zone. Here's Gandolfo. Mooney trying to recover. Gandolfo denied by Dagenfelder. Hintman can't clear the zone. Capozzoli strolls over. Gandolfo's net front feed blocked. Good step up though from Giuliano. Giuliano trying to get it to O'Connor. He can. O'Connor to Tulliver. Far circle. Tulliver can't get a shot toward the net. And that one is cut off by Jack Mooney. Mooney, the captain for Connetquot Sayville, fell down. Matched up against one of the captains for Sachem and J.J. O'Connor. Sachem now here. Thought we're offside, maybe not. Taylor clears the zone regardless. Past the stick of Mooney. Backhanded forward by Capozzoli. In comes Volpe. Volpe will backhand one towards Smith, who guides it into the near corner. Pedisano. Jones and a Pedisano. Speeding up the near side. A Pedisano cuts middle. Nick Pedisano going to work on Donley, and Donley going to check him into the boards. Mast back to a Pedisano. Tries to go back to the point, and Mayer does backhand it toward Degenfelder. Cut off and shipped ahead up ice by number 56. That is John Chura. And great move, Jones to the middle. Taken back now by Bovic. Bovic forced to cut wide at the line, and Sachem are offside. With 9:22 left in the opening period, no score between Sachem and Connetquot Sayville. Listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League on LI Sports Network. On a once again cold Saturday night at the rinks and outside. We'll go figure. About 5 days away from Christmas. And by about, I mean exactly 5. Great keep in here from Mangini. Donley checked from behind by Rosado. And now Mayer slowing things down. Look to go across ice with it. Prin setting up Rosado. Apologies for the momentary cutout as Mayer ships around. Chura holds in toward the front of the net. It's swung on and missed by Tanzi. Backdoor following the redirection. Good takeaway here by Mazzal. Mazzal had a big game against Longwood as well. Pair of goals for him. It's taken away by Chura. Here comes John Chura. Racing in to make a play though. Pedisano takes it away from Chura. Pedisano cuts the middle. Pedisano. And Jack Mooney with a good defensive recovery. Took it off the stick of the speeding of Pedisano. Chura flicks around. Mooney first on it. Forechecking Minikazi. Comes to Donahue. Donahue shot deflected by a Pedisano. Slowed it down significantly. McIntyre had a good look at it as well. Pedisano, that deflected by Minikazi on goal. Save made Degenfelder. And to relieve the pressure, Connetquot Sayville iced the puck. .731 left here in period number 1. Still no score between the T-Birds and Silver and Gold. Gandolfo off the face-off win takes the shot. Glove save made by Jake Degenfelder. Again, Sachem occupying that final playoff spot in a 3-way tie with Middle Country and Southampton. Sachem have played the extra game, though. It's that shot from the neutral zone taken by Volpe Stopped by Smith with the stick. To the line, Mooney, long shot. Stabbed to the corner by Smith. Jackson Volpe. Good forecheck. Jones colliding with Giuliano, and Giuliano got the best of Tyler Jones. Another hit dished out. And that'll be a penalty, the game's first. It is assessed to Sachem. And so Connetquot Sayville will get the first power play of the game. Off the face-off, Sachem get it out, taken right back by Volpe. 2-on-2 into the zone. Volpe stick handling, could not get around Mayer with the puck. It's in behind. Jones had a look, held in at the far blue by Orange. Shot deflected, goes wide. Completely changed its trajectory, and now Jones' stick is missing. Caught up in the midsection of Mayer. And Mast carries right in. Drops for a Pedisano. Takes the shot short-handed. Blocker save made. Dagenfelder. Nick Pedisano takes it right back. Sends it to open space, and Mast spins one in the direction of a Pedisano. Taken by Mooney. Emphatically up ice comes Jack Moody. Mooney cuts middle. Mooney to the backhand. Save made by Smith. Great save made by Sean Smith on the game's first real quality scoring chance. Mast will send in for Sachem. 40 seconds remain on the Connetquot Sayville power play. Donahue off the high glass and out of the zone. Gandolfo for Donley. Donley, stretch pass off the mark. No icing though. Donahue skates it out regardless for Sachem. Donahue, wrist shot off the back of the skate of Ferrante, who jabs ahead for McManus. Good play though by Gandolfo to get there. Good move, Gandolfo. Backdoor play, just guided wide by Mazal. Gandolfo centers, stretches out to keep it in, but lost the handle. Back come Connetquot Sayville. We're back to 5-on-5 as well, so Sachem 1 for 1 on the kill, 0 for 1 on the power play are Connetquot Sayville. Ferrante centers, Tansey wide of the net, now Mazal. Dylan Mazal with Gandolfo, and Gandolfo slightly ahead of the play, called for the offsides. 4:03 left in the first period, still scoreless between Sachem and Connetquot Sayville. And Sachem 4-4-2 on the year. 4 wins, 4 losses, 2 overtime losses against 3-6 Connetquot Sayville. Giuliano rumbles in, and a good stick check provided by Chura. Chura sending Giuliano into the boards. Prin, good support on the forecheck. And now Rosado walks, backhands one. That's guided into the near corner by the stick of Jake Dagenfelder. Held in at the line for the moment by Capizzoli, but now the puck in neutral ice. Giuliano. Nice move, Giuliano. Carrying it the rest of the way and taking the shot on goal was Prin. Mazal finds Giuliano once more in his skates. Try to go skate the stick. Couldn't quite do it. Hitman fell to the ice. Capizzoli steps around Hitman. takes it in behind. Rosado set up in front, battling Donnelly, and now whistle stops play. .302 left here in the first. Faceoff will come out of the zone. Ensuing draw won by Sachem. Sending in is Mangani. Pedisano took it away, walks, try to send one across, and a left pad save made by Jake Dagenfelder. Mangani backhands in. Pedisano aggressive on the forecheck on Mooney. Mooney goes down, play goes on, shot just wide by McIntyre. Good setup there for Courtney McIntyre. Just goes wide as Tyler Jones back in with authority, taken from behind by a Pedisano who walks. And Pedisano got it to the outside by Mooney. And Jack Mooney finds the outlet, his right winger Volpe. Volpe centers Jones. Jones couldn't quite receive the pass. So Connetquot Sayville unable to establish the zone. Mangani. Shot gets through to Smith, save, rebound chance, they score! It's Jackson Volpe cleaning up in front, putting the T-Birds ahead 1-0. So Jackson Volpe is 6th of the season. Late stages of this first period gives the T-Birds the lead. Tyler Jones gets the assist, and here comes Jones. Had to watch out for the linesman. That takes a check. Dished out by O'Connor. Shot gets through to Smith, sticked it behind. Gandolfo to himself. Tries to lead O'Connor. O'Connor got a touch, so no threat of icing. O'Connor and Mooney. And O'Connor comes away with the puck and draws a penalty. I think they're going to get Jack Mooney on a holding call, and this is a big loss for Connetquot Sayville as their best defenseman and noted penalty killer and captain Jack Mooney will sit for 2 minutes. The Sachem power play. And again, they just recently started keeping track of the percentages, so there could be a little wonky. 15% on the year, and a 100% Connetquot Sayville penalty kill is a good reminder that that is from when they started tracking this sort of thing a couple of weeks ago. Time winding down here in the first. Bovich into the corner. Sachem fans want a call, won't get one. And Donahue's pass intercepted and cleared by John Shera. All the way down to Smith, who puts it into open space. Carley for Pedisano, 32 seconds remaining in the period. Mast cuts in. Mast, check from behind. Good play made by Van Gordon. Donahue, near point. Down the near half wall, hoping for a Pedisano. Does come to Nick Pedisano, 15 seconds to go in the frame. Back to Giuliano. Far point, far circles, Pedisano. Shot, Bovich, save, rebound save, Dagenfelder! Outstanding rebound save. 1 second, and Sachem will run out of time in the first. We'll have 53 seconds of power play time carry over into the second, but it's the T-Birds who lead it 1-0 following 15 minutes of play here at the rinks in Hauppauge. Second period is on its way and will be here shortly. So don't miss it here and only on LI Sports Network. $15 down, 30 to go. You're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League on LI Sports Network. And second period begins with Sachem on the power play. .53 seconds carried over. They're down to about 39 of those as O'Connor races in. O'Connor toward the net. Save made Degenfelder. Rebound flicked off the boards and to center, where Donahue catches back up with it. It's Jack Mooney in the box for Connetquot Sayville. Slashing is the call. Thought it might be holding, slashing instead. And the puck backhanded to center by Van Gordon. Giuliano across to Donahue. And just a few seconds remaining on the Sachem power play. Giuliano, wrist shot. Blocker save made by Degenfelder. Popped over the net. Gandolfo in behind. Now across Giuliano. One-timer missed. Great look there for Luca Giuliano, and instead Donnelly goes the other way for Connetquot Sayville. That shot, a high riser, missed the net. Here's Volpe, open and denied by Smith, who came all the way out to make the save. Watch how far Sean Smith comes out of the net as Volpe walks in all alone. Great aggressive work, cutting down the angle by the Sachem netminder. Off the draw, chance for Connetquot Sayville. Tyler Jones couldn't quite pull the trigger. Here's Mayer dropping for Mazzal. Mazzal, long shot. Stick to the far corner by Degenfelder, who has looked excellent as well in between the pipes. Obviously, he hasn't allowed a goal yet. Jake Degenfelder, Connetquot Sayville's netminder. Here's Jack Mooney, inside, outside, back inside, and across. They score! Oh, Jack Mooney with the assist of the year, potentially. 2-0 T-Birds. Inside, outside, inside, and watch it onto the tape of Jackson Volpe. All he's got to do is redirect it in. Does for his second tonight. But how about that setup? Jack Mooney's 6th assist of the year on Volpe's 7th of the season. Sachem looking for a quick response, and Tyler Jones steers it out of trouble and out of the zone. Proscia. Sachem take back. Mazzal wraps it around the boards. Degenfelder out to stop it. Leaves it for Mooney. Shimmy shakes. Gets around Bovic. Jack Mooney in the skates now to stick. Mooney in behind. Mooney fakes again, this time with the head. Shot denied by Smith. Eventually taken by Volpe on the other side of the ice. Intercepted by Proscia, who dangles, fires. Glove save made by Smith. So a game that was tied at 0 through most of that first period. A late goal in the frame scored by the T-Birds, and that one early inside of 2 minutes of the second. Connetquot Sayville out to the commanding 2-0 lead. And a win puts them 2 points behind the three-way tie for the final playoff spot. They would have a game in hand on Sachem as well. McIntyre in behind. Tries to go back to Donahue at the point. McManus, though, intercepted. Try to chip it by Donahue. Donahue off the padding. Bovich gets a shove from behind. Dished out by Ferrante. Eventually comes to McManus. Chase McManus cuts middle. Check from behind by McIntyre. McManus attempts to send in. Settled by Donley. Donley through some skates and on to Bovich. Bovich cuts wide. Bovich shot along the ice. Maybe a bank pass trying to get it to the other side where Lucas Martinez was. Either way, puck out of the zone and settled by Brett Garley. Martinez with McIntyre. Tries to get it to McIntyre and a little bit ahead of her. Chura on the intercept. Sachem quickly push it back in the zone. Donley hurried by Martinez. Giuliano back in for the silver and gold. Martinez middle. Now O'Connor on the backhand. Capozzoli, long wrist shot deflected by Mast and never got through. Good block by Donley, who was well positioned defensively for the T-Birds. Van Gordon. Here's Mast. Once more Capozzoli. O'Connor on the far side of the ice. Centers, Mast, shot! Save made, Dagenfelder. Great chance. The setup from J.J. O'Connor. And Gregory Mast with the good look. Apettisano picks the pocket of Hintman from behind. And he's got a lot of speed and skill, showing it off here. Nick Apettisano to the outside on Mooney. Centers! And just went wide. It was Mast with the chance. And Mast in behind. Backhands to Apettisano. Apettisano near circle. Centers Giuliano. And a good poke check by Hintman. And now out of the zone. Capozzoli. Feathers 1-2. Apettisano, who was looking for a stick, and instead will be an icing against Sachem. 9:23 left here in the second. Listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League on LI Sports Network. Be sure to check us out on social media at LI Sports Network. Tons of great stuff on there. Last night's best, all the teams you cover, stats, podcast clips from our very own podcast. Volpe takes it away, shot into the midsection of Sachem netminder Sean Smith. Rinks and Realities, hosted by Travis Quigley and Paul Trentini, two of my good friends. You can find it here and only on the channel, LI Sports Network. Sachem clear the zone only as far as Ahrens. Ahrens banks ahead to Volpe. Volpe, both goals for Connetquot Sayville here tonight. On to Jones. Jones back to Volpe. Volpe backhander, and that's snagged by the glove of Smith. Face off to the left of the Sachem netminder. Bovich against Jones, won by Jones. Gandolfo to the boards, held in from one knee by Ahrens, but now the puck quickly back out the other way. And Volpe in good position. Bovich walks, fires, save, rebound. And couldn't quite get the hand-eye. Still loose in front. Gandolfo nearly set up, backdoor. Big chance there for Declan Prynn. Sachem still pressing. Volpe. Flipped it ahead. Mangani. Thrown across by Volpe, picked up by Proscia. Proscia on the backhand. Centers for Jones. Jones runs out of time, shrugs off Prin. Puck still loose and available. Kicks to the near corner where Jones will backhand around. Gandolfo first on it for Sachem. Poked by Volpe as he tried to skate out of the zone. Kept in at the line by Mooney. And now rolling forward with it is Sachem's Mayer. Trevor Mayer, a wrister on goal and stopped by Dagenfelder. And if they're going to switch goalies, now is usually the time they look to do so. Halfway through period number 2. Looks like Dagenfelder will remain in between the pipes. Face-off win by Sachem, shot by Carley along the ice. Pat save made by the aforementioned Dagenfelder. Rosado. Good stick lift, keeps the play alive to O'Connor. Rosado keeps it alive again in the zone. And McManus backhands to center to Tanzi. Tanzi tries to race on in, stripped of the puck by Donahue. Donahue around McManus into neutral ice. Donahue cuts middle. Donahue shot blocked. Looked like it went off a Chura. And then loose puck available. Ripped on goal by J.J. O'Connor and making the save, Jake Dagenfelder. Sachem currently being blanked by Connetquot Sayville and their outstanding goaltender, Jake Dagenfelder, have only been blanked once before this year, an 8-0 loss to East. Ice slip, they nearly get one there. It's a Pedisano. Denied in close. Bovic walks from the far boards. Mast. Little far for Capizzoli. And Capizzoli shoved from behind. Delayed call will go against Connetquot Sayville. And Jackson Volpe is going to go. Unless Sachem score here. Smith hurries to the bench. Sachem get the extra attacker. They scored with the extra attacker last night. A goal by Dylan Mazzal against Longwood. It is touched by Connetquot Sayville, and Sachem will go to the power play. So once again, it's Volpe off for, I believe, checking from behind. And they'll call it roughing instead. Joined in the box by his backup goaltender for tonight, Daniel Friars. Here's the Pedisano. Donahue. Mast. Far circle, walk, shot, save, rebound. And Sachem unable to get a touch, and it's sent down ice by Van Gordon. Stopped by the stick of Smith. Leaves it for Donahue. Right wing side, Mast. Spun one. And not on the same page with the Pedisano. Here's Mast. Taken by a Pedisano, has Bovic. Got it to Bovic. Bovic shot save. Rebound back and another save. Dagenfelder. Oh, Jake Dagenfelder. How do you do? Stays with it, pushes off, and gets the second save, robbing Bovic. Face off to the right of the aforementioned T-Bird goaltenders. Giuliano, check from behind by Jones. Puck still available. Got on toward Dagenfelder, who's there to make the save. 5:06 left here in the second period. Face-off won by O'Connor. Back to shot from Donahue stopped by the glove of Degenfelder. Face off now to the left of the T-Bird Tendy. Donahue across Giuliano, D to D. Giuliano fakes, walks on the backhand, kept to the outside. Good job there by the penalty killers of Connetquot Sayville. Gandolfo, seam pass, Giuliano. Giuliano, shot blockered away by Degenfelder. Gandolfo. Giuliano. Wrist shot. Goes wide. O'Connor. Tons of chances here for Sachem. And good puck retrieval, keeping the puck in the offensive zone. Donahue. Great play by Mooney. Took it away. Couldn't clear. 3 seconds left on the power play. Giuliano. Shot deflected wide by O'Connor into the corner. Gandolfo. We're back to even strength. In behind Gandolfo. Mazzal. Up top, Donahue. Cycle continues. Gandolfo left it behind him. Mazzal back to Gandolfo. Gandolfo walks across back door. And O'Connor was in his skates and sent all the way down and on goal. Smith forced to cover. That benefits Connetquot Sayville as they don't ice the puck. And with 3:31 left in the second, still 2-0 T-Birds. Again, take it with a grain of salt. The Sachem power play came into the game with a scoring at a 15% clip. They had 3 power play goals in that game against Longwood. They've been stopped here tonight by the Connetquot Sayville penalty kill. And throughout all other facets, here is a Pedisano. Save, rebound. Comes back to Mangani. That shot off the shaft of the stick of Jones and into the corner. McIntyre lost it, and a good job by Dinkel to escort the puck into the neutral zone. Proscia by him onto the stick of Trevor Mayer. Mayer battling Proscia, able to work it down low to Volpe. Checked by a Pedisano, ahead to McIntyre, picked up by Mayer. Mayer streaks up the right side, centers, and unable to settle the puck down and redirected on goal by Minikazi. That's where Jake Degenfelder is there to make the save. With 2:29 left here in the second. Sachem still in search of goal number 1. Connetquot Sayville the 2-0 lead. Helped established earlier in the period by Jackson Volpe. Donahue unable to hold in, will look to reset at neutral ice. Across to Carley. Carley's pass misfires to Mast. Hit Bovich up high. Bovich off the helmet onto the stick. Centers across and shoveled away by Degenfelder. Held in by Donahue. Down the right wing boards. On for Bovich. Back to Donahue. Top of the far circle. That shot deflected wide. Martinez with the touch in front. Trying to screen Degenfelder. Oh, one-timer! Jake Degenfelder, are you kidding me? You don't see too many perfectly teed up one-time shots. You do hear from Bovich, and Jake Degenfelder with the robbery. Getting across to make the save. It's the highlight reel for Jake Groves. 2-0 remains the score. Bovich left to shake his head. Gets another chance here in the slot. High slot area. Off balance shot. Denied by Degenfelder. Looking for a centering pass from Martinez was Bovic. Instead comes out of the zone and Proscia. Now Tyler Jones. Martinez. Nice little move by Martinez. Great space. Working on Mooney. And Jack Mooney for Proscia. Good step up by O'Connor. It's Mast. Mast turns, shoots. Save made Dagenfelder. He sprawled out with the glove. We're under a minute to go here in the second. Sachem have had long stretches of time in the offensive zone. Have nothing to show for it. O'Connor to take the draw to the right of Dagenfelder. Shot from the point. Capozzoli looking for a deflection, never got one. Jones. Now the other way for the T-Birds. Volpe just wide. Looking for the hat trick. Mooney long shot deflects and is in. The T-Birds survive all that pressure, go the other way and make it 3-0. This shot definitely gets deflected. Originates, I think, from Donnelly. And looks like it'll be Jones out in front to get the last touch. I'll wait for the official ruling. But for now, Tyler Jones has made it a 3-0 game for the T-Birds. And what might be a back-breaking goal for Sachem, who seemingly threw everything they had at Dagenfelder in this second period. I think I saw a kitchen sink on the ice as well. But nothing to show for it. Mooney with Volpe picking up the primary assist. 3-point night for Volpe as Sachem gonna look for some answers on how to solve the puzzle that is Jake Dagenfelder with the third period looming. You're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League here on LI Sports Network. Ryan Branigan and crew will be back for that third period in just a moment. Welcome back to the Rinks and Oppog. You're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League here on LI Sports Network. 3-0 Connetquot Sayville. But if you're just scoreboard watching, you have missed all of the immaculate saves made by Jake Dagenfelder to keep the T-Birds ahead. And it seems like one goal would be enough with the way he's played. Sachem trying to change that narrative. Getting some feedback from the bench and part of their coaching staff, John LaRochester and Thomas Konkowski. As if Pedisano has it down low. Pedisano, far circle, takes the shot, save, rebound chance. And getting the blocker on it was Dagenfelder. Unable to hold in was Mayer. So Mayer tracks back to it. Of course, John LaRochester. Jones, the chance, save, rebound. McManus is denied by Smith. Chera, swing and a miss. Here comes a Pedisano. He's in. Scores! The ice has been broken. Sachem on the board. Nick Pedisano, 3-1. And nearly a incredible diving effort from Donnelly. If he just has the stick in his right hand, he's on the right side of a Pedisano to get the puck away. And you see the frustration from the T-Birds assistant captain as he looks skyward, knowing how close he was to breaking up that pass, or breaking up that breakaway. Nonetheless, it's a Pedisano unassisted. Sachem trail by 2 early. Third period is 11th of the year, extending his team lead in goals. As the Thunderbirds had a good look down low, Sachem quickly break out. Rosado, can they build momentum? Rosado, across, they score! What a pass! Rosado to Mazal, and it's a 1-goal game. I don't know if we call that announcer's jinx or announcer's foresight, but Sachem turning the tide. Trail by just a goal. Dylan Mazal, who had a pair of goals against Longwood, continues his good play of late with his 3rd goal in 2 games. Puck escapes the zone. Mooney back to it. Jack Mooney picks it up in behind. The captain try to settle things down. As said, he's unloaded on by Rosado as Mazal takes control in the corner. Donahue pitched it down the near boards to Mazal. Mazal getting some payback. Jack Mooney and Mazal, and look out. So Mooney took that big hit from Rosado earlier in the play. Obviously remembered it. Next chance he got to dish out a clean hit, he took it, understandably so. But then perhaps got a bit carried away. Rosado also goes off in and amidst the chaos in behind Dagenfelder. Not sure if Sachem will get a power play here. Rosado off for roughing is first in the system. Mooney off for interference. And that is all. So we stay 5 aside. Pedisano sends in Ahrens. Speeding in behind the net. And puck just barely escapes the zone. Thunderbirds lead by 1. Led 3-0 heading into the third. 2 quick goals for the silver and gold have brought them to within 1. Jackson Volpe involved in all 3 Thunderbird goals. Scored the first 2. Assisted on the most recent T-Bird goal. Scored by Tyler Jones. And Jake Dagenfelder doing a lot of the heavy lifting. Face off just outside T-Bird zone. D-to-D Giuliano. Gandolfo now with it. Gandolfo down the near boards, watched by Donnelly. Donnelly looking to get the stick in. And a great defensive play made by Trevor Donnelly. Gets it ahead to Volpe. Volpe unable to get around Capizzoli. And Pedisano picks up the loose puck. Wheels near side. Pedisano in with speed. Donnelly centers. And just able to get some skates on it was, again, O'Connor not able to tee up the pass. Now Volpe out with speed. Gandolfo gets back. And Gandolfo breaks it up. Donnelly keeps in, though, for the T-Birds. Shot over the net. Hit a stick and deflected over said net. Volpe, far side. Tries to get a cycle going and has Jones. Jones, nice move, but O'Connor well positioned. Redirects the puck ahead to Gandolfo. Gandolfo 2-on-3 over the blue line. Here's a Pedisano. Dropping for Gandolfo. Sharp angle, takes it. Save made Degenfelder. A Pedisano in behind. To Gandolfo. Back to a Pedisano. In his skates, Donnelly there. Gets position and flips it down ice. The sputtering puck won't have enough for icing. Picked up by Mangani. Over to Mayer, who carries up. Mayer thought he lost control, got back on it, wristed one that's guided to the far corner by the pads of Degenfelder. Rosado and Mooney remain in the box for now as Mast carries over the line and goes down on his own accord. Minikazi plays it back. Mayer. Stick handling into the zone, takes the shot. Another long shot denied by Degenfelder. Mayer was checked at the end of the play as he took the shot. He is down. And with that, we'll step aside. Send the best to Trevor Mayer as he slowly gets up to both skates. Sachem coaching staff out there in support. Looks like that was one of Thomas Prinn or Michael Carley. .9:52 remain here in the third period. T-Birds by one. Mazzal. Soft tap in, looks to get a forecheck going with Rosado. Instead, it's a crispy breakout for Connetquot Sayville. Good step up by Carley. McManus got to it, collided into the boards. Tansey pokes it in down low, chasing after Donahue. Donahue rumbling away, ahead to Mazzal. Mazzal chipped it out of the zone. Followed up by Donahue in his skates. Tansey trying to make a play on it. Flipped it ahead, hoping for McManus. Instead, it is taken by Donahue. Around for Carley. Push middle, and Donahue makes his way up ice. Donahue check from behind, survives. Donahue, wrist shot, save made. Jake Degenfelder on the good rush up ice by number 33 in silver and gold. Face-off comes now to the left of Jake Degenfelder. One back to Giuliano, wrist shot punched away by the T-Bird netminder. Held in the zone for the moment by Gandolfo, but Jones gets away with Proscia. Jones, check from behind. Jones, stopped by Smith. Donnelly with a wicked wrister wide. Got all of that shot. Battle in the near boards, dug free by Gandolfo. Skates it out, working on Mooney. To the backhand. Looks up for a teammate, finds Martinez in behind. Martinez out in front, just past the stick of McIntyre, who takes the puck away from Proscia from behind. Chip right back in, it's McIntyre. Pass intercepted by Mooney. Out of the neutral zone, taken back by Gandolfo. Gandolfo walks middle, is stood up by Donnelly in a great clean hit. One of the best you'll see. Mooney the other way. Mooney! Oh, stopped by the post. It's still loose. Scrambling back is Smith. with a T-Bird chant breaking out to my right. Sachem the other way. McIntyre pass behind her. Taken back by Jones. Jones onside. Drags. Jones shoots. Save Smith. Mayer try to bank it off the back of the boards and get away. Ends up being a turnover. Jack Mooney on back Van Gordon. Got it across. Hit him in the backhand. Save made by Smith, and he will slow things down as the T-Birds picking up their play here in the third. And it's Sean Smith, the Sachem netminder, keeping his team within striking distance. Face off to the right of Van Gordon. Or pardon, of Smith. Van Gordon took it. Sachem come back the other way. It's Mayer with a Pedisano. And a good poke check made by Dinkle. Bovic. And intercepted. Plunged ahead by Teller. Here is Mast. Bovic nudged one on for Pedisano. Got the scoring started for Sachem in this period. Hits the brakes. Nika Pedisano. Challenged by Donley. Spins away from Donley. Gets it to Gandolfo. Gandolfo to Mangani. Wrist shot through traffic, blocked by Trevor Donley. Taken by a Pedisano. Shot, kick, save made by Jake Degenfelder, and the puck through the legs of Justin Bovic. Mangani with 6 minutes left in the third period. Ahead to a Pedisano. Middle, Pedisano, great play made by the combination of Mooney and Donley. T-Birds fans want to call, they don't get one. Donley rushes ahead up ice. Donley splitting the D. Has the puck in behind. Eventually squirts free and is rimmed out of the zone by Sachem. Mooney nearly left the puck behind him. Bovic just a split second behind, unable to take advantage. Jones centers all the way through. Picked up now by Tulliver. Tulliver with Volpe back checking. Gandolfo. Gandolfo gets around Ahrens. Ahrens trying to quickly recover on Gandolfo, who has it in behind. Flipped to the line, held in by Donahue. Gandolfo trying to get around Mooney. Gandolfo flipped it to the front of the net. It's loose out in front. The scramble is on, and it's underneath Jake Degenfelder. Oh, Wally, you could feel the tension in the rinks right now as both fan bases have fans stacked to my left and right on this Saturday evening at the rinks. And of course, all of you at home tuning in to LI Sports Network, we thank you and hope you've enjoyed the game thus far. It's been a good one between Sachem and Connetquot Sayville. Donahue carrying ahead with Tulliver on the backhand. Tulliver hits the brakes far circle. Had a little run-in with one of the officials. Puck not quite out of the zone, did not clear. Gandolfo surviving a check from Ferrante that got the crowd going to my right. That's the T-Bird crowd. Gandolfo, wrister, save made. Degenfelder fighting off the screen set by Tulliver, who has it in behind in the corner, far corner. Tansey getting the stick lifted on Carly. They're battling, and they're letting them play. Donahue, a game that has playoff atmosphere and vibes to it. Donahue carries in behind, avoids a potential hit from Ahrens. Lost a handle, and Volpe clears the zone. Rosado to Donahue, fanned on it. Here's Jones with Volpe. Jones behind Volpe, whose stick was lifted. Good job by Prin getting back. Now Rosado carries in. Rosado, who set up the second goal of the period for Sachem. Giuliano walks. Giuliano, flipper, save made. Degenfelder. Back to Luca Giuliani. Giuliano, it's punched out of the zone. Volpe trying to get going with speed. Checked from behind by Capozzoli. Donnelly, D to Mooney. Rosado. Mooney goes down. Penalty against Sachem. An open ice trip you couldn't miss. And Connetquot Sayville with 2 minutes and 57 seconds. And the T-Bird chant in full force to my right. Go to the power play. Now wait a second here. Whoa. They are not going to the power play. Oh boy. What is the call? Nothing's been updated yet. It's tripping against Rosado, but why we remain 5 aside, I don't know. Pedisano. Far circle, dropped it to Mask. Taken away by Volpe. To the line. Volpe tracks back to punch it out of the zone. It's an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against Connetquot Sayville. So take that for what you will. Intercepted. Donnelly, wrister, high and wide. Bovic trying to go rink wide to Mast. Taken away by Jones. He's got Proscia. Jones, far circle, wrist shot save, rebound. It wouldn't go. Held out by Smith. Mooney, wrister, through traffic, goes wide. Capozzoli ahead. Minute 45 left here in the third. T-Birds leading 3-2. Sachem trying to complete the comeback. Bovic shot off the iron is just there for grabs and fired out by Donnelly. Puck dives at about the upper 25% of the circle. As a good poke check from Proscia, leads Volpe in. Volpe, shot, left pad save made by Smith. Mayer runs into Proscia. Minute 10 to go, third period. Here's a Pedisano. Pedisano cuts wide. A Pedisano shot off the glove of Degenfelder. Mayer. Puck battle. Donnelly and Gandolfo slow down. Here's Donahue. Donahue, wrist shot. And a right pad save made by Degenfelder. Empty net Sachem. It is 6-on-5 and the T-Birds have iced the puck. And timeout has been called with 41 seconds left. What a game it's been. And what better time now to remind all of you to hit subscribe, hit like if you're enjoying what you're hearing. You like what we do here at LI Sports Network. Give us a follow at LI Sports Network on Instagram and the socials. (3-2) Connetquot Sayville with the lead. With the win, they improve to 4-6 on the year. We'll have 8 points, which will be 2 behind Sachem for that final spot. If the playoffs were to start today, season still very young. So here we go, out of the timeout. It's O'Connor to take the draw from Jones. Kicks to the far corner, wrapped around. Jack Mooney first on it with a Pedisano on him. A Pedisano takes the puck away from Mooney. Comes out the other side. 25 seconds. Down low, Mast. Forced behind. Great job by Connetquot Sayville keeping Sachem to the outside. Mast finally throws it to the front of the net. It's blocked by the blocker of Diggefeller. Now Giuliano, wrister wide. Pedisano with 7. Pedisano with 5. Punched away. And the T-Birds hold on and beat Sachem 3-2. What a game. Jackson Volpe, 2 goals and an assist. Jake Diggenfelder was incredible. And Tyler Jones with an assist on the Volpe goal. Jack Mooney picking up a goal and an assist, the captain, all before Sachem rumbled back in the third. Pedisano and then Mazzal from Rosado made it a 1-goal game at the 13-18 mark of the period. But holding on for victory, the Connetquot Sayville Thunderbirds. That will do it for our coverage here in this one. Thanks so much again for tuning in to Ally Sports Network's coverage of the Suffolk County High School Hockey League. On behalf of Wally Mitchell, I'm Ryan Brannigan saying so long. Until next time, as always, have a good night, but also have a wonderful, wonderful holiday and Happy New Year, as this will likely be the last time you hear from me until it is 2026. So, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays from all of us here at LI Sports Network. Till then, have a good night.